Hello, and welcome to Quilting on Caffeine. My name is Christine, and thank you for joining me today. Whether it's your first time or whether it's your third time, I appreciate every single one of you. You can find me over on Instagram at modernlittlemE or on the web at www.modernlittle.me. It's been about 2 weeks since my last vlog. This is about my, you hear the dog? This is what happens here. This is why it's taken 2 weeks to record my next vlog, because every time I sit down, somebody decides to have a party. Not only are the dogs being crazy, I've got wind gusts, like gale force winds outside. I've got 2 kids home distance learning due to professional development. I'm not sure how long I'm going to be able to handle the dog in the background, so we'll see. Hold on, please. Never a dull moment here. Okay. Today I am drinking a ginger turmeric latte with oat milk. Not my normal jam at all. I'm currently out of coffee, which is a crisis of massive proportions in my world. Hoping that's rectified later this afternoon. But for now, I had to run out and grab myself a coffee because distance learning, not for me. But since I last saw you, March rolled around. I don't know if it might have been like the second day of March last time I was here, but for my March 30 goals, every month I try to set a goal and do it for every, a goal that I do every day. For my March 30 goal, I decided that I would try to long arm for 15 minutes or 30 minutes every day, because I have a lot of tops that need to get made into actual finished quilts. And so I thought that was a great goal to set myself. I think that having only had the long arm for a little while, I was very, the dog's gonna drive me nuts today, very apprehensive about actually getting going on it. And so I set this goal. Really? Oh, and now she oh my god. I can't hold a dog and a coffee, otherwise I would try to do that. Set the goal, long arming every day. We're gonna have to edit some of this down. And it was great. I will actually say that I'm pretty good about my monthly goals. Like, I feel like I can do anything for 15 or 30 minutes, and I can do anything for 15 or 30 minutes for a month. Some of my goals I've dropped as soon as that month is over. Hopefully I won't drop this one, because 30 days is not going to be enough to quilt all the things that I've got on my whip pile right now. But I think that this was the jump start I needed. So I was doing that, and then last week I broke it. I didn't break it, but it's currently not quilting right. I have a Bernina Q16. I love it. It's a sit-down long arm. This was not the plan. The plan was that I was going to rent long arm time, but then COVID happened and I couldn't rent long arm time, and I was still creating tops and stuff like that. And I don't want to say I jumped into this purchase, because that was not what happened. I did think about it long and hard, but really it became pretty obvious that I was in such a hole with how many tops I had to finish. I was either going to have to pay somebody to long arm them for me, or I was going to have to rent a lot of long arm time. And that's just not, even now that's not something you can do. So when a great promotional opportunity came up on the Bernina, I jumped on it. and I've had it since the week of Christmas. That was just good timing. That was not the plan. Had it since the week of Christmas. I don't think I quilted on it much at all until I would do little things, little projects, no real quilt tops until I'm gonna have to put the coffee down. Hold on. Here you go. Now you can see the cause of all the noise. Didn't have any real quilts on it until I started this 15-minute challenge for myself. Hey, thank you. You're very cute. But I finished a quilt. I finished the Thrive quilt by Susie Quilts, which is right over here. We're gonna put you down. I did the color stretches. I did the color bands on the long arm. Woo. Then you can see the other half of it over here. I'll drop in a full-length shot. I'm gonna get to hold the dog and a quilt. Oh, fun times at my house. So I quilted the colors on the long arm, and I'm really happy with how this came out. It was my first project, first time free motion quilting on this machine. I've done it on my domestic with very little success. I do straight line on my domestic, which are the blue bands in between the color bands, and that I'm happy with my walking foot. But freehand on my domestic, my domestic doesn't love it. It's very finicky, and that tighter space is just not, I find that my quilting gets smaller and smaller and smaller the longer I'm quilting for, because I tend to tense up. I don't have that motion, that area to roam with my hands that you do on a long arm, whether it's a stand up or a sit down. I think that getting more of your body into it is a lot. It helps in keeping the freedom of movement. There's a word I want, but I'm not placing it right now. So kind of really happy with some of these. Can't wait to play some more. Yeah. So moving on. I think I mentioned last time that I was close to finishing my Techno Garden quilt. I think I might have said that I did finish it, but I'm gonna pause for a minute. You can see that my Put a Ring on It quilt is still behind me on the design wall, and I think it's gonna be there for quite some time because I have no plans to put that on the priority list, especially not when I'm doing a monthly challenge of trying to quilt for 15 or 30 minutes every day. And I broke my Bernina. I mean, I didn't break it, but I messed up the tension, and this is the first problem I've had, so I have to troubleshoot I'm pretty sure I figured out what the problem is. Now I have to figure out how to solve the problem. And I don't think it's gonna be that hard, but I'm pretty sure it's the bobbin tension. I'm pretty sure that I need to use that little tension gauge that came with it. And I just have to read the book and sit down with 5, 10, 15 uninterrupted moments so I can actually read and comprehend what I'm reading. And as this video is testimony to, I don't get 5 or 10 or 15 uninterrupted moments. I'm surprised the child hasn't blasted through here needing something. So I'm gonna take a break, come right back after I hang up Techno Garden. I'm back with Techno Garden behind me. So this is Techno Garden by Carly Porter. It was a quilt along, hosted back in the summer/fall. I finally got around to it maybe January. I started strong and then life happened. I love it. I love it. So this this is pretty high up on my list of things to do once I get the long arm back up and running. First step will be Posh Blossom, which is currently like on my long arm, waiting for me to fix my long arm, and then I'll jump into this. But I've got plenty to keep me busy, so that's good. I'm going to take a quick break, jump on with some goodies I've got from Quilt On, and I'll meet you back here. Okay, so we are trying a new angle here. I think it might be easier to show some of my goodies from QuiltCon as promised. First off, I realized that after my last vlog, I did not actually show you the Y seams versus cry seams little pillow top that I made during my class with Libs Elliott, who I adore. Super excited. She's going to be presenting at one of my quilt guilds next month, so get to actually like Zoom with one of my favorite celebrities. But celebrities, get it? I love her. But let's just take a second and like just look at the fact that I put Y seams together and the points almost match up in a lot of cases. And I didn't cry once. So that's fun. That opens up a whole new world of options. I mean, look at that one. Options, design possibilities. I've already got like thoughts about a couple of modern quilt tops or pillow tops going through my head. This finishes minus the corners, which I'll need to deal with because I didn't deal with those. I did a half hexagon. A half hexagon at the corner, so I didn't quite deal with, I don't have a square corner yet. So I think that what I'm going to do is just I still have pieces of these fabrics left, and I think I'll just square it off. Sew some fabrics on there, square it off, and then quilt it and make it a pillow top. It's about 18 by 18, so it's perfect for a pillow form, ready to rock and roll. So that was a lot of fun. And then, as I mentioned last time, part of the best part of QuiltCon is sometimes the shopping. So I did do a little shopping. I should say that I knew I'd do a little shopping. I saved my pennies and my quarters and my dollars to get to a point where I felt like I could splurge a little bit without going too crazy. This is not a new to me company. I've bought from them before, but they were at QuiltCon, and they had a fun little game that if you did certain things, you could earn a medal, which I just think is fun. As a former runner, I used to run marathons and half marathons just to get the bling, so I thought this was kind of a no-brainer for me personally. And the best part of all of this was that on the back, I don't know if you can see that, it says "You are loved, crimsontate.com." I just thought that was sweet. Everybody can use a little reminder of that, especially in these days where we're also separated. But my big purchase from them was I got these two little suitcases because I don't need fabric. I have more fabric than I know what to do with. But I can always use a place to store my fabric, and I thought this was, oops, that's not from them. Okay, let's see if that transition works okay. What I can use from them is I love these little storage containers. Great place to put fat quarters, notions, and then you could just put it on your shelf. My studio is a hot mess, and it's not even because I'm doing anything great or creative. It's like the catch-all for all sorts of stuff. I have some volunteer work going right now that's taken this over. I've got some stuff I'm doing for the school that has taken this over. It's just And then everything just gets piled and spills, and I need to spend some quality cleaning time in here. And I will load up these two little things and plop them on one of my shelves. And I'll probably have to label the back because I won't remember otherwise. And then the other good little thing I got, I have to remember to do this upside down. With the ring light is kind of killing that. Can you see that? Let's take it out. I have coveted this pattern from Crimson Tate. I believe it's Crimson Tate branded, and I think the person behind Crimson Tate is Heather Givens. So I'm assuming that she was part of this. Let's see if that makes it easier. Technology people, I tell you. But I got this pattern. I've seen it on Instagram a ton. I've coveted it. I thought it would make really cute teacher gifts, although I don't want to go on the record as saying that because I know that some teachers watch this. But that was Crimson Tate, and I thought that was fun, and I thought that the little inclusion of the medal to mark Quilt Con, see I'm holding it the right way for you guys now, was super fun too. And I'll just turn it over so you guys can see. You are loved. Focus is failing, it says. There you go. So that was Crimson Tate. Like I said, they're not a new, I'm familiar with them. They're not new to me, but I thought that that was such a fun little challenge that they had to do these acts of kindness, and you could like earn a medal at the end when you placed an order with them. And I just thought, the world could use more kindness, can't we? My next set of goodies is from Hill Country Cotton. They are new to me. They sponsored the Libs Elliott workshop that I took. And so, of course, that comes with a promo code. And they just had a few things that I had been looking for, hadn't found before, and a few things on sale that with the coupon code I couldn't resist. Like, this is one of those little, this was the end of the bolt. It's from Art Gallery Fabrics. It's just my colors, so of course I had to pick up what was left of that. They had this cute Christmas print. If you know me in real life, you know that I have a little problem with collecting Christmas fabrics, and I don't see that stopping anytime soon. This is another Christmas print, and I believe both of these are Art Gallery. Yes. Yes, they're Cozy Joyful line. Love those. And then I am a graphic designer by trade, and one of our icons, I think, just the aesthetic that I love, is Charlie Harper. I discovered him when I was a designer, and then when I found out that he has fabric, it was kind of a no-brainer. These are the snowy egrets on like an orangey background. They're right side up for you this way, over here. I love orange. I love snowy egrets. So I grabbed a yard of this for a future project. I'm not sure what I'm going to use it in. It's going to be one of those fabrics that's hard because I love it, and I'm not going to want to cut into it. Might need to become a pillow. This was also in their clearance, and I just thought, oh, what a cute back for a baby quilt. I've got a couple of them that I need to finish, and this just felt so, I love typography. That's the graphic designer in me. Typography, fabric, and then you put it in with my favorite, one of my favorite lines, Art Gallery. So cute. So cute. If my sister's watching, she'll laugh because this is little bird cages with birds. So many of my friends love birds. My sister loves birds. She loves to say, put a bird on it. So I think this will become, it's by Figo, another favorite line of favorite manufacturer of mine. But it will become bits and pieces and in something somehow. when I go through what I'm thinking about working on next, I actually think this might show up in one or two of those. And then completely not me. And if you are one of my real life friends, you'll be laughing right now because it's glamping. And I am not a camper, but I'm obsessed with vintage campers. I want one for my office one day. And at the price this was at, I couldn't resist it. How cute is that? I don't have any little girls in my life where I would make sure to use some of it for them, but it's all boys all the time around here. Myself and all my nephews. And the last thing I gathered from them was this little bit of wood feel, which I would not normally buy, because what do you do with some wood feel? But I bought at my local quilt shop. Let me grab it. This fabric here. This is not from Hill Country. This is from my local quilt shop. And I've used it a couple of times as the background for photos. And I thought, wow, that's brilliant. I mean, so much easier to use than some of the backdrops I have currently that are meant for photography. So when I saw this, I grabbed some of this. And then when I saw this, I thought, that might work too. So I've grabbed that. So that's Hill Country cotton, except for this, which is from my local quilt shop. And then I tried to be really good. That was really, I try not to buy too much fabric because I have enough fabric, but I tried to buy things that would make me more productive or make me look neater. And completely new to me. New to me in the sense that it's not a calendar-based planner. Because I am not as proficient as those people who use the calendar-based planners are. But I thought this was brilliant because, as we'll get to later on in this episode, I have quite the list of whips. Problematic. But so I bought this planner from Eva Blake's Makery. It's designed by Shannon Gilman Orr, who I think is she's the creator of Eva Blake's Makery. And in there it says there's 42 quilt planning sets, a place to glue in fabric swatches, at a glance work in progress, at a glance project checklist, shopping list, fabric wish list, quilt story, and craft paper. So all the things that I want to head on in my journey. Like, I want to design more of my quilts today, or this year, or in the future, I guess I should say. But I also, my whip list is out of control and all over the place, and I need to corral that so I actually have a chance of making it through that. So there's just some, shopping lists, project names, like where you're at in the project. Pattern wish list, which is, I could use like a whole book of just that. And it has where your priority is. I'm not going to flip through all of it, and then here's just an example of the quilt plan page. So what's the name, or what's the pattern name? When did you start it? What number is it in your stash or in your queue, production line, whatever you want to call it? All the little information, and then a little place to do the color story, as well as places to glue your swatches, what thread you used, information about your stitches, which I need to be better about. And what's really nice is you can also buy these little envelopes that you can glue in, and then you can just slide your pattern right into it. And then when you're done, you can just post a photo of the finished quilts, or clip a photo of the finished quilt onto it. I'm telling you, brilliant. Or, I've got some block design challenges coming up, so I feel like I can use these pages if I'm doing the design myself, or I can use it for pages such as, like, I can do it for Nova Star when I'm thinking that out. and just some notes and quilt stories, and then you go on to the next one. So that's super fun. The colors on the love a good rainbow. I mean, who doesn't love a good rainbow, right? So again, that's my plan to quilts. I did get the additional envelopes because I can't even tell you how many times I lost the patterns I was going to speak about today, just putting them on a pile stashed somewhere. And that's by Eva Blake's Makery. I'll put the link down below, as I try to do with everything I talk about. And then I said I tried to be good about fabrics. I didn't say I didn't buy any fabrics. I did indulge in a new to me. Can't tell if you can see that with the light. Technology. Learning curves. So this is Sarah Parker. She had some mini bundles, and I'm really trying to get into these. I'm studying hand printing and screen printing and just the art of actually making the fabric that you create with. And she had these little scrap packs, which I thought would be, I bought this one just for this print. I love that. I thought, oh, this could be so fun to do some like borrow work with, or some intentional patchwork with. Maybe I'll take my spring army green jacket and put some of these patches on the pockets. I mean, just all hand printed. The feel of these fabrics, like this one is so, like they're just, I could sit here and pet this all day. But like just little touch of like these in a quilt, like how gorgeous would that be? Little bit, I love it. It's unique. It's one of a kind. This one I'll have to use in something for one of my bird buddies. Gosh, I'd love whatever this substrate is amazing. I'm gonna need to email her and find out, because I want to make something in that, although it would cost a fortune. Worth every penny because it's hand printed, but oh, that's gorgeous too. I don't know if you can see that color. It's like a purpley brown. It's beautiful. And then once I saw what I'd pay in shipping, I decided that 2 bundles would make it worth my while. I guarantee you my husband is rolling his eyes when he listens to this part of it. But now that I'm unfolding and seeing how much actual fabric there is, I mean, for hand printed, oh, that's cute. Ooh. I can make 2 bird friends something. Or this can go on my jacket. That would match perfectly. That's a perfect accent for spring, isn't it? Oh, look at how cute that is. This kind of sums up my colors right here. That avocado green and that tealy blue. Like, can even do like, just like, look at how that would look as like a little improv block. Pillows, oh my gosh. Freeform quilting, freeform quilted pillows. That's gorgeous. I don't know where I'd put it though, because my kids would sit on it. And more of this softer substrate. So that is Sarah Parker Textiles. She does hand printed fabric. It's gorgeous. I mean, one day I hope I can do this myself, but you know, there's only so much time. And she included this cute little bookmark. This little note card, which I love note cards. I'm going to save that for a package. And then lastly is I bought a couple of things from Wyoming. And they sent a cute little note and a little thank you. This is their thank you pattern. I did not order this, but it came in with my package, which I thought was really cute. They have some adorable stocking patterns. I've already done our stockings, and there's no way I can justify doing more, but if I was in the market for cute stocking patterns, I would totally check them out. They're sewn Wyoming, and they are their pattern designs. And they also had this cute little pattern, which is totally what makes it are the zippers, which I got some zippers. Oh, I just love these zippers. I love the contrast. I love the colors of them. I love this big ring. Circles are my world, so I don't know what these are going to yet, but I saw them and I was like, I can never find good, these are 19 inches. I can never find good long zippers when I need them. So that's one of the things that I will gladly stock up on when I see them. And then I don't know if I'll be able to get this all in here, so I'll show you in a minute on me. But I made their tote. This is some of their, this is Rifle. They stock a lot of the heavier weight fabrics, such as the linen blends and the cotton blends, the canvasy type stuff. And then of course it has the two zippers. Do a little pop of Catterday in there. It's huge. I'll show you this more when I talk about what I've been finishing. And then I also got this print from them, which will come back out when we talk about what I want to work on next. I think it's adorable. Super cute. Okay, more in a bit. I'm back. Okay, so where I left off, the sewn Wyoming project bag. So loved this project. Loved. Can we see it now? Yes. The zippers make it totally. It's huge. I mean, this is like a sweater bag, right? Place for all my supplies up front. I used fusible fleece to give it some more body. It does call for interfacing, and I might have, I don't know, if I had to do it again, I might use the really stiff interfacing, but I like how this feels. And it has a little shoulder strap, so I could take it to go. That was a quick project, a fun project. I loved it. I also finished, I need a little desk so I can prop things, little staging area. Right now all I have is 2 dogs under my feet and a child in the other room making weird sounds, so I apologize if you can hear that too. I made the Santorini tote from So Hungry Hippo. And this was, I mean, look at this pattern. Bags are my comfort spot. I think I mentioned that before, but, oh, look at this. Little tote handle. I made it out of, I made the handle out of cork. Oops, that's the wrong way. That's the underside. Cork and the matching cork on the bottom. And just like, oh. This is a cotton and steel blend. And then I just lined it with some Essex on the inside. That kind of picks up the color blue. Like, do you see those little blue dots? They're there, I promise. Little blue dots. So it kind of mimics that. And then I did a fun little zipper pop in the inside. Oh, best zipper instructions ever on how to do an inset pocket. So I finished that. So sometimes you just need like a quick finish under your belt, and I feel like that was it for me. And then I also finished, remember how I said I was so close yet so far away on my gossamer twist? Well, when you have a really good friend who works in a yarn shop and doesn't let you buy any new yarn until you finish something with your old yarn, you tend to apply yourself, for lack of a better word. I remember now why this is a twisted rib that I just don't love to do. So this is Gossamer Twist. Look at it. It's just a simple box sweater, turtleneck. Everybody thinks that I knit the turtle dove in a really chunky weight, but I really just knit Gossamer Twist in Cascade. Super soft, and I must be doing. I'm having a green moment in my wardrobe, so it's perfect. In fact, I might put it on before I take the dogs later today because it's 23 degrees outside right now here in Rhode Island. So, yay! I have cast on Ranunculus, which is another sweater I had yarn for but hadn't started yet. And I finished the yoke portion, and I'm now working on the body, which is where I get really boring and need some really good binge watching shows, so I'll have to figure that out. And then after that, I'm either going to finish Carbeth or I might cast on a new Camilla Vlad. I don't know. So many decisions. But knitting will start slowing down because I don't love to knit in the warmer weather. I don't like to have that on me. And I finished Quilting Thrive, so that just needs to get the binding on it. I don't think I finished any other quilt tops though. It's been crazy. So next, what am I gonna do next? So I know I bring this up every time, how many whips I have. And so maybe I'll bop over there and share some whip. You know what? No, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to save that for next time. My whips, as well as like what I'm thinking of next in the quilting world. Just not enough hours in the day. I mean, we all say that, right? But so many projects, so little time. But I'm definitely gonna I definitely want to do the Portland tote before spring gets here. I love my Santorini, but I would like, and this is the the pattern has 3 sizes, and this is her regular size. It's not the purse size. So it's great for projects, like when I'm carrying projects around and sitting in the car, but I think I want more of a functional tote with structure that I can carry around my camera, my iPad, all these little things that weigh down my pockets and make me look like an Oompa Loompa when I've got my pockets stuffed with stuff instead of just grabbing a bag and filling it up. So Portland tote is what I'm thinking is going to be next. While I figure out what I'm doing over here, my Bernina's right behind the camera. But while I figure that out and try to troubleshoot that and get that up and running, and get Posh Blossom done, when I need that little palette cleanser, I think I'm going to make the Portland tote, and there's an option to do it with a contrasting pocket. And as I mentioned before, you'd see this again. I think I'm going to use this for my contrasting pocket because it's really sturdy. So it's good for an outside pocket when you're like in and out of it all the time, which I always tend to be. And then I'm just deciding whether I want to, no puppy, you need to wait. Whether I want to pair it with this spice linen, or if I want to do jungle. Ooh, hoo, hoo. Or can you see the dog paws flipping up? This is the most chaotic vlog ever. And I hope that doesn't become my signature vlogging style. Or do I pair it with pickle? No. Oh, that's really pretty. You'll find if you continue to hang out with me, that pickle is my favorite. It's my favorite. You can never have too much pickle Essex linen, as far as I'm concerned. You just can't. I have a project that it's currently in, a quilt project, with some Jen Kingwell layer cakes, and it's just, oh, it makes me happy. Maybe I'll share where I'm at with that next time in my big whip vlog, which is, that will be a long one. I hope you all have a strong cup of coffee for that. And I might make overalls. Maybe. I mean, could I pull off pickle overalls? Gonna need to think about that. I mean, if I could pull that off, then I would definitely be making overalls, but we'll see. Well, there's so many gorgeous linen blends out right now that it's like a plethora of riches. I'm spoiled. Not that I can get them all, but the choices are so many. So that's it. My dog's about to lose her mind because, yep, she hears the postal truck going by. And she can't stand that little white truck. But I think that's it. So this has been chaotic. It's been choppy. But I'm gonna call it done. I might even start, I don't know. Maybe I'll start gathering all my whips for the next vlog today. I hope you guys have a great day. I finished my coffee like half an hour ago during one of my many stops and starts on this vlog due to a dog or a kid or, you know, a doorbell ringing because we never get anything delivered and now we're getting something delivered. But I finished my coffee a long time ago, so I would say quilt on, drink up, or drink on, quilt on. But for now, I'm just gonna say happy middle of March. I'll see you soon. Thanks for joining me.